France, pulling up the anchor, going out into that wind. Alright. Be there for a little while. Okay, so I think so. Alrighty.
That's a super tanker called Dragon, and luckily she's at anchor, but they still give me the shits when they're that close. Look how big it is.
What I didn't realise is that the tide is actually taking me onto her, so the wind is blowing me off, but the tide's taking me that way, so that put the shits up me a little bit just then, and I'm trying to put some distance between the two of us.
Yeah, even though she's at anchor, we still don't want to get too close to her.
No. She smells too, I can smell her. Too
That
close for comfort.
That bunker oil.
It's a bit bumpy out here.
Yeah.
The waves have picked up. And the wind has moved a little bit west of our beam and stayed about the same. But we're just bumping along some pretty big waves. Falling off them, crashing on us.
It's just the choppy old channel, isn't it?
Yeah. Take a look. Through a school, and we've got this really cool rainbow over here. Pretty cool. And this is the exact reason why earlier today I made a padal before we left, because I wasn't sure what the conditions were going to be like for me to cook in.
So what are you making here, Danny? Tell us about your preparation for the crossing tonight.
Well, what I'm doing is I'm just going to cook up a dal. So that can just sit in the pot for the next few hours, and then that means I don't have to do any chopping down here later on tonight. So I don't know what it's going to be like. It might be lumpy or it might be smooth, and I might be able to cook a meal fine, but just in case.
Are you talking about the dal or the sea state?
Both, but no, the sea tonight. We've had sales where I can come down and cook full meals and it's been fine, and other sales where I can't even make a pot of coffee without spilling it everywhere. So just in case tonight is like one of those nights, we'll have a hot dal just sitting on the pot that we can just eat out of whenever we're hungry. So luckily for us, I have this little puppy already made, heating up, and it's going to warm us up. Snap. Dinner time.
Pretty. We're out in the middle of the channel now. Well, not quite in the middle, but the sun's starting to set over there, and it's still quite lumpy, but it's very beautiful. We've just had a lovely dal for dinner.
yeah, I took a couple of sea sickness tablets at about 4 o'clock this morning because I was starting to feel really queasy because it was really lumpy, and now I just feel so tired. And Ashley's gone down below a couple of hours ago, maybe an hour ago, for a sleep. He looks so cozy. But I obviously can't sleep because he's sleeping, but my eyes just want to close constantly. So I've tried chocolate, and I've tried drinking water, and I'm trying to keep busy, and I've now put a pot of coffee on, but all I honestly want to do is just go to sleep. I've still got hours before we arrive at our destination, although we might see France. You can actually see France very faintly up there.
The sun's come up in the morning, and we had an eventful night coming across the channel. We had lots of ships that we had to dodge. We had some dolphins that visited us in the phosphorescence, which was quite special.
Good morning.
So these dolphins were like these big sparkly torpedoes just swimming around in the dark.
There's some dolphins just there right now, just on our bow.
Woohoo! Ah, good. Good morning, dolphins. Hey, good morning, dolphins. Woohoo! Hey guys. Little commons. Aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful. So those are little common dolphins. The bottlenose ones are much bigger and they're grey all over. Really quick.
Very aerobatic.
Oh, that was so cool. We just had the dolphins come a second time, or a third time actually. We had them twice last night in the darkness, and now again, little pod of common dolphins, so really cool to see them. So we had an eventful night coming across, had a few squalls, had quite a bit of rain and wind on the English side, about 25 knots when we started, so it was a bit lumpy, and then we had lots of traffic as we approached Ushant. We've got a new AIS system fitted on Bacchus, which was worth its weight in gold, so that let us see where the other ships were and what they were doing. So we can see France now in the distance and almost smell the fromage. So we're getting quite close to France now. Dani's just gone downstairs to get our French flag, which is going to go up. But we can see Ushant now on the horizon, and also the corner of Brittany as well. So we're getting quite close to the Channel du Four, where it's all going to get a little bit more exciting.
Here we go. Welcome to France.
We should play the national anthem or something. How does the French national anthem go? Marseille, da da da. The French would shoot us if they heard that. We've been given perfect conditions for the Channel du Four today. A gentle breeze, we're motor sailing, but the sea's nice and flat. This is our pilot book here. You can see it in the sunshine, but we're going north to south, following this line here down through the channel. And it's a beautiful day in France. There's lots of French people out sailing, sort of inland of us. But as you can see, the sea is really calm. Over in the distance over there is the famous island of Ushant. Famous for big storms, but nothing like that there today. We're starting to approach the Raz now, which is the last tidal gate that we've got to go through today. We're a little bit late. I wanted to get there sort of 2 p.m. and it looks like we're going to arrive at about 3:15. So it remains to be seen whether we're going to be able to get round or whether the tide will be too strong for us. But otherwise, it's pretty nice sailing out here. We've got the motor going as fast as it'll go to help push us along to try and get to the Raz. But yeah, there's a little southwesterly breeze pushing us too. Dani's hard at work down on the low side there. So we're coming up to the fearsome Ras du Sang, or the Raz as we've been calling it, which is the last little tidal passage that we have to pass through. And we've been quite nervous, well I've been quite nervous about this all day because it's supposed to be a really horrendous bit of water, and I thought we were going to be late when we arrived, and we are late from what we'd intended. But it's looking quite docile at the moment. There might be another video in an hour's time showing how horrendous it is if I've got this completely wrong, but it's looking like it should be a pretty cruisy passage through. It's another very early morning for us here. We stayed last night in Saint Yvette, which is just a little bay south of the Ras du Sang. We've woken up and it's quite foggy and rainy. It's not very pleasant, but we've got to crack on because there's bad weather coming, and this is a really exposed anchorage. We need to get to Concarneau by the time that weather arrives in about 24 hours. So unfortunately we've had to get out of bed and put our wet weather gear on, and we're going to go back out into it. But yeah, both of us are really looking forward to getting to Concarneau tonight and being able to get a proper sleep and yeah, sit tight for a few days. So we've made it to Concarneau, and we've just parked in the marina, and it's a tiny little berth. We've got 32-foot boats next to us, and they didn't really fit in properly, and we're 36. And I almost completely bottled the approach. We were turning in here. I don't know if you can see that blue boat, Penaval. I came so close to sideswiping that with our solar array as I turned in. So it was a little bit stressful, but we made it. It's our first sort of stop in mainland France. So I've gone for the nearest alcoholic drink that I could find after parking the boat, just to calm my nerves. So I've got a lovely sugary can of English cider that I'm trying to get through. But yeah, happy to be here. So we're off to go and meet the French immigration officials today to try and track them down and get some stamps for our passports so that we can be legitimate while we're here.
I feel like it should be here. So Concarneau, where we are, isn't actually a port of entry, so we're going on a bit of a mission to try and find some passport people to stamp us in, and at the marina they said that our best bet was to go to the town hall. Cool. Untitled Chapter. Mary. We just tried the town hall and have been told that they don't put there, but they think that we should be at the Capitanery, which is at the marine office where we started. So we're going to go back there and try again, and if not, perhaps the police station is our next stop.
The bus now to Rospardon, and then we've got to get a train from there to Lorient, and then another bus to the Lorient port. We're still on a mission to get our passports stamped. Failed to get our passports stamped today. We've spoken to lots of different officials, and it seems that there's one guy in Lorient who can stamp your passports, and he's not available today.
Very busy today, all day Friday.
So we've been told that we can meet him in a car park on Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
We think that's what we've been told. So we've just been debating whether we flag the whole thing, go back to Concarneau, get on the boat, sail the boat to Lorient on Monday, and try again in office hours, or if we stay the night here in Lorient and try and meet our friend in the car park on Saturday.
Yeah.
Against our better judgment, we've decided to stay the night in Lorient and give that a go. So we've got ourselves a really nice hotel room, which was
a real size bed that doesn't look like a slice of pizza, so that'll be nice.
So that'll be quite nice. We've got a nautical themed print behind the bed, which is lovely to remind us of boats. Lorient does not have any hostels or cheap accommodation, so we've had to stump up a bit of cash, but at the end of the day, if it allows us to get these visas processed, then that'll be worth it. So, yeah.
Fingers crossed for tomorrow. We'll check back in at 9 a.m. from the car park.
8 o'clock in the morning. We're back at the Brigade de Douane, which I think is where our passports can get stamped. We've been told just to hang out in the car park and wait for the guy to arrive, so we'll see how that goes. There's a car here, so that's good. Oh, and there's some police here. This is good. Got it?
We got our passports stamped.
Woohoo!
And it was very quick and easy. Very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. We're chuffed.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That was actually turned out to be easy once we found the right people. So
yes,
great
good decision to
great.
stay in a hotel overnight and come here early